Hey folks, RJ here. Today in this video, I'm gonna ramble on about something about influence and mastery and leadership and greatness and skill and all of this stuff with the dog barking behind me. Hopefully you can hear me. But anyway, I'm gonna just ramble on about this. And I'm out here in my house and the sun's not out, but it's beautiful out. It's a little bit cold, so I'm gonna make this quick. But I was at an event one day. There was a gentleman named his name was Chris Widener. I think the event was on leadership. It was a leadership weekend Jim Rohn event, right? And they talked about some very interesting things. And one of the things that they talked about was the skill of influence. And before I get into that, my videos are far from professional. My videos are far from but professional. Like it's not high tech. It's nothing. It's just me, my laptop. Sometimes I bring my camera and nothing, and just me rambling on about things that I learned, right? And the reason for that, folks, the reason for the videos that I have on my website is that to prove to you that you can do it too. You can do it too. You can become great. You can become anything you want to be, and you can learn a little bit more about what I'm going to talk about today, which is influence, leadership, mastery, and marketing. Very fascinating things, right? None of these things I learned about. None of these things I was taught about in school. None of these things I was taught about in life. All these things I learned about when I really just became a part of being a part of the life of some incredible people, surrounded by people that were that wanted to succeed in life. And if you're the kind of person who wants to succeed in life, you're the kind of person who wants to become better, you're the kind of person that wants to personally develop, want to master some incredible skills that are important in life. Let me turn this on here. And you wanna get better in the leadership, influence, and marketing. But let me tell you about influence. It's very fascinating. It's a very fascinating subject. And if you want to become really good at influence, you want to read the book by Dale Carnegie. Dale Carnegie wrote the book How to Win Friends and Influence People. One of the greatest books ever written. One of my favorite books on influence. It talked about some incredible keys, and I see so many people around me that need to read this book, need to learn the art of influence, need to learn the art of being better with people, and just, you know, what would be for you if you had the skill to just get people to do what you want, right? Not in a manipulative way, but because you learn the psychology, learn the social dynamics of interacting with people. So if that's important to you, get that book. Get How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. So in this event by Chris Widener, he talked about influence, right? Influence is very simple, very basic subject, very powerful. And it's very fascinating how all the powerful things we have in our life are very basic stuff, right? Forgive me for my computer wobbling back and forth. I'm actually holding it up, my hand on something. Anyway, so influence, we've actually been practicing influence in our life since we were born, right? When we were born, how do we get our parents to hand us milk, right? We cry, something like that. I don't know. But as we grow up, you know, you just look at your life, look at our lives. You know, as we grow up, we've kind of done things to manipulate to get people to do what we want, especially as kids. You know, how do we get the toys that we want? You know, we cry, we force our mom, we just keep repeating what we want. You know, can you get this? Can we get this? Can we get this? Stuff like that. And that's influence. That's very basic level, low skilled influence, very low skilled. And as we grow up, we learn to little tactics and strategies in order to manipulate, to get people to do stuff for us. And we either be nice or be controlling or be a little bit too much on the far ends of stuff. But once you learn the art of influence, you can get better at this stuff. It's very cool stuff. Anyway, so there's two really cool things that you can learn about influence. Two really cool concepts that you can, very basic concepts, very broad but very powerful concepts that you can learn on influence. And number one is the skill that we naturally learn, which is pushing influence. We push influence onto others, right? I'm trying to see if my computer is straight here. If we want to get what we want, we kind of push it onto others. We push it We like when we were kids, we cry, we do stuff like that. We tell people to do stuff, and if they don't do it, we get mad, right? So we're pushing ideas onto others. And the other kind, Chris Weidner was talking about this. The other kind of influence is attraction influence, pull influence. When you pull people towards what you want, right? And it's very, very fascinating thing. It's very high level. I can say that it's a very high level type of influence when you're able to attract people to your way of thinking, attract people to your way of believing. You attract people to the stuff that you want, so that you don't have to push them to do what they want. You actually get them to want what you want in a way that's attractive, right? And I don't mean attractive by looks, but attractive by attraction, like a magnet pulling. When you just put a magnet right beside a bunch of metals, the metal attract to the magnet. That's the kind of influence you want to learn, right? This high level influence, and it's called attraction influence. And my mentor, when I was in network marketing, we build teams, right? Well, we have to influence a lot of people. We have to influence prospects, and to get them to move over to get them to think the right way, because a lot of people are thinking the wrong way, right? Obviously. So and influence with and he told me this. He told me, you don't get what you want, you get what you are, right? You don't get what you want, you get what you are. I think it's very powerful, because here's the secret then to becoming influential, is because you become the secret to becoming more influential is you become an influential person. You become an influential person, and inevitably the person you become, you will attract to you what you are. You attract to you the person that you are. Why? Because there's too many things there's too many variables, right, that you bring into you. There's too many variables to talk about. But essentially, the very, very core secret, the very basic secret that anybody can do right now, is that the person that you are, you will attract into your life. If you're a bad person, you'll attract bad people into your life, right? Obviously. And if you're a good person, you're going to attract a lot of good people in your life. And if you're somebody who's seeking success, you're seeking greatness and seeking to become better in some area in your life, you're going to attract the people to you that are on the same path, that are also seeking success and all this stuff, the same path that you are. Because and it's obvious when you look at it. You're going to be interacting with the right people. You're going to be asking the right questions. If you're focused on the right thing, you're going to be pulling people towards your ideas, because they build commonalities with people. But all that aside, essentially you attract the person that you are. Now you attract the person that you are. So what you want to learn now is becoming a more influential person, by becoming a more influential person by focusing on the thing that you want, and learning that better than push influence is attraction influence. And the fascinating thing about influence is the next level of influence is leadership, because there was a leadership. One of my leadership mentors, John C. Maxwell, talked about leadership. The definition of leadership. The definition of leadership is nothing more than influence. He said, leadership is nothing more than influence. Leadership is influence, nothing less, nothing more. So very powerful stuff. So obviously, leadership is a great thing, by the way, and leadership is something you're already doing, right? Unless you're a spineless jellyfish, you have some sort of leadership, right? Some sort of influence. Now, to get better with that, you're going to start gaining the skill of leadership. Now, the greatest, there's a lot of great leaders out there, obviously, right? And one of them was Hitler. With great power comes great responsibility. With leadership, you gain a lot of power. Hitler was obviously, you can all agree that what he wanted wasn't the right thing, but he had a lot of influence, and he got a lot of people to side to him, to his idea, and that's called leadership. So you'll see a lot of people with leadership skills, but they use it for a bad thing. And because you're watching this video, you're probably you want to do the good thing, right? Be on the good side of leadership. Use your leadership for good things, and the next level to that, right? And so when I thought about this idea, I thought about my blog. Like, what's really my blog about? And I saw at the top of my banner, I was like, I'm fascinated with leadership, communication, because all of this is really just one thing. It's just one thing. It's just influence, right? One thing. It's really all just influence, and communication is a part of it, right? You can't be a great leader without being a good communicator. You can't be a good influencer without being a good communicator, right? And the money side to this, here's what's really interesting. The money side to influence, if you want to make a profit from being influential, from being a great leader, you got to become a great marketer. And marketing is an interesting subject. Let me talk about sales. So sales, I was in an event, I was in a training, and my mentor, he taught me that we're always selling. Some people think that selling is a sleazy thing. You know, used car salesman trying to sell you something that's called push influence, right? Just sales tactics and stuff. But really selling is something we do every day. We always sell our thoughts. We always sell ourselves. You know, if you have a spouse or a partner in a relationship, you're always selling yourself, right? You're selling your ideas, your thoughts to your kids and all that stuff, your peers, right? Your friends. You're always selling something. So what do you want to become good at? You want to become good at selling. So, but the next level of selling, my mentor taught me, and he taught me that the next level of selling is then marketing, because marketing is not just selling to one person, but selling to the masses, selling to a lot of people, right? That's marketing, and it's very powerful indeed if you learn the skill and art of marketing. So you want to learn the art of marketing, and the first step to learning that art is becoming better in your influence, because when you become better in your influence, you become better in your leadership, you become better with your communication, with your words, and in effect, you attract a lot of people to market. So you're marketing your ideas, you're now not just selling, but you're now marketing your ideas. The next level, the profound level of influence and leadership is marketing thoughts, ideas, marketing products. And if you're not representing something, if you want to make money off of marketing, you want to represent a product that you in your heart you love, in your heart you actually use, and you really truly believe in. And business is an interesting thing, right? Because business, you can make a lot of money doing a lot of things. And you know, there's a lot of movie stars that represent a product that they don't use, because they use it, not because they love it, because they make a lot of money from it, right? And there's a lot of leaders, a lot of influential people that represent stuff that they don't really believe in. It's just for the money. And I wanna kind of influence you to represent something that you love, represent something that you believe in, right? So let's think about that when you're gonna represent a product. And if you want to gain monetary value from what you do. Why? Because you don't want to just work a job, right? You don't want to I truly believe in this. You know, Jim Rohn once said that wages will make you a living, but profits will make you a fortune. So fortune is in the profits, and not because you want to make a lot of money, but because you want to have time freedom, financial freedom. That's really what it's all about. Time freedom, financial freedom. So in order for you to get that, you want to become good at marketing, and you want to market a product or service where you can make, you can profit and help a lot of people doing it. You know, help a lot of people doing it because it's something you believe in. It's not just something you make money from, right? So it's interesting topic today. I definitely just ranted for a little bit here, but it's some key things in that rant. So my call to action to you, what you can do right now is you want to every day in every way you want to get better. You want to get better in your influence. Now that you're aware of it, now you want to get better in your leadership, and it all begins with self-leadership. All begins with you. In order for you to lead anything, you lead yourself first, and then now you can lead others, right? Lead one person, lead two people, lead 100 people, lead thousands of people in your life by leading yourself first, starting with you. And then you want to promote a product. You want to promote a product or service that you believe in order for you to make a profit, not just make a living, but make a profit. You want to use now your skill of influence, use now your skill of selling, use now your skill of marketing, leadership, in order for you to promote a product or service that you believe in, right? So that's my call to action to you. Stand for something in your life. Don't be a spineless jellyfish. Stand for something, and just stand for a thought, stand for a belief, gain some leadership skills, some marketing skills, some influence skills to stand for what you believe in, right? So if you're somebody who's running a business right now, you're promoting your business, get good at marketing. Get good with copy, get good with leadership, get good with influence, get good with communication, right? And if you're somebody who's not promoting anything, you're not promoting any product or service yet, you have a job, you want to promote something that you want to make a profit in, click on the banner on the right side of this page. It's going to be on the right side of this page. Just click on that banner, and it's a company and a product that I promote because I believe in it. I believe it's going to be great, and I believe that you can be great by promoting the product and learning the skills in that video. And you can see what the video is about when you click on that banner on the right side of the page, right? So hopefully you get some value out of that. Thanks, guys. Hopefully talk to you guys soon. Check out the beautiful Vegas clouds. Look at that. Boom. All right, talk to you soon. Bye bye.